Hi everyone, it's Carol here from thestampingground.co.uk, and today I've joined up with a lovely group called Stamping Around UK, where there's a team of demonstrators who join together each month and bring you a project on a theme. And this month's theme is called texture. Now then, what can I do? So I enjoy doing the alcohol backgrounds, and I have just recently watched a lady use alcohol backgrounds with embossing folders, which obviously creates texture. So I must give credit to Patty Bennett, whose video I watched, and you must go across because she does some wonderful things. So we shall get to work. So we'll need a piece of cardstock at 5 3/4 by 8 and scored at 4, and a piece 5 1/2 by 3 3/4, and a piece of vellum measuring 5 by 7. And I'll put all the metric measurements on my blog for you. So we're going to use the hand penned petals and the matching dies, which is one of my favourites. It's along with the papers as well. It's a beautiful set. So I'm going to use that flower there, and the congratulations inscription as well. So we need to cut, we need to stamp and cut one, excuse me, one die out. I'm going to use the Stamparatus for this. And if you haven't used the Stamparatus before, then I do have a video on this that you can go across and watch. So we just pop our mask into the top right hand corner and just pop a magnet on so that it doesn't move. And just pop the stamp in, and you will feel it's a bit like a piece of jigsaw. It fits in there perfectly. And then I'm going to stamp with the black memento. And then we just pop one of our blank die cuts out and give it a good press. And the beauty of this is, if you didn't get a good stamping with it, you can just go back over again and it's in the same place, and there's no worrying about whether you've got it right or not. So now we need to colour our flower. I'm going to use the stamping blends for this. I'm going to use 4 colours, which are Pale Papaya, Fresh Freesia, Balmy Blue, and the Seafoam for the leaves, both in light and dark. So I'm just going to go in with the light Seafoam, and then I'll go over with the dark just to add a little bit of shading. I'll whiz through this in a minute so that you don't have to sit watching me do the full flower. And you will see on this stamp that there are indications as to where to put the shading, which is good. You don't have to think too much about it. And this is exactly what I do across all the flowers. So I'm going to use the Fresh Freesia here. I've just missed that last leaf there. Now for the vellum, I'm going to use 3 colours, which is Pale Papaya, Fresh Fuchsia and Balmy Blue, all in the dark colours. So now we need our vellum, alcohol in a spray mist bottle, a little tub and a paintbrush. And I'm going to use the, it's the Bark embossing folder, but you can use any embossing folder you like. Put a lovely texture on it, which is what we want. And just pop your vellum in and run it through the dye machine. You can pop your alcohol into one of the Stampinup misters. I just couldn't find mine at this moment. And there we are. That is lovely. Really, really textured and nice, and I can't wait to add the inks now. So just go over, we're going to fill this piece of vellum with the 3 colours, so just go over in random patches. And when you're doing this inked background, you can do it on larger pieces, and obviously keep your offcuts for different things. You can put pieces onto cards, you can cut flowers out, etc. And when we cut this one, don't throw any of the offcuts away, because they will come in. Put them in your little box. I have a little box of bits from when I've done a project, and you never know when they come in handy. And then just with the pale papaya, well, the dark pale papaya, I'm just going to fill in all the left white spaces. So it's nice and easy. And then we're just going to just spray a few times over the vellum, and you can see straight away how the alcohol ink is reacting to it. Now I'm just going to dab over. First of all, I'm starting with the blue. If you need a little bit more alcohol, then you can add it to your brush. And it blends it in even more. And just go over each colour like this. I didn't really need much more alcohol than what I've got on the vellum. And you can see it all blending together as well, and it doesn't take long to dry either. So we'll just pop that to one side. Now we need to attach the vellum to the cardstock. So I've got a clear piece of acetate to add some glue. If you haven't got any acetate, just put it on a piece of scrap cardstock and add glue to it. And I'm going to use a small piece of sponge that is damp. and just dab it in. And just pop some paper under here. And just dab all over your cardstock. It'll make it nice and tacky and the vellum attaches to it lovely. Make sure you get the bumpy side up. And don't press too hard because you don't want to take the texture out. And then we just need to cut the excess off with our scissors. And like I said, don't throw them away. And we're just going to, off the larger part, we're just going to cut some little flowers out later. Now I need to attach the flower to the front of this. So again, because it's going onto vellum, we'll use our glue and sponge technique. Oops. Only trouble, I get very sticky fingers after this. Again, it's a good idea to go over with your bone folder just to make sure it's secure. And I'm just going to add some ribbon to the bottom. This is the Fresh Freesia ribbon. I'm going to use the Stampin' Seal just to put a little bit on each side of the back of the card. Oops. And then attach the end. I think these colours are so delicate and pretty. There we are. And we just now need to add this to the card base. I'm just going to put some dimensionals on the back. Oops. Just move that glue out of the way. And then add it to the front of our make sure you get an even border all the way around. Whoops. There, like that. Now I'm just going to add an inscription. So we need a piece of scrap white cardstock, and I'm going to add that congratulations from the same set. I'm going to use the Fresh Freesia ink, which will tie in nicely with all the colours. Everything I've used in the making of this card will be listed on my blog, which is thestampingground.co.uk, and if you click on any of the items, it'll take you straight through to my shop. And don't forget to look in the description bar below, as all the other team members will be listed there, and you can hop over and round the blog to see all the fabulous things that each of the members have been making. And if you've enjoyed any of the videos on any of the members, it would be nice if you could leave us a comment. It does help. And yeah, just leave us a comment. So there, we just need to add this on, and I'm just going to pop some dimensionals. I'm just going to trim it a little bit more. I think I need, I just got my smallest scissors. That's better. So I'm just going to snip up and just make a V in either side. Just gives us a little bit extra detail rather than just put a plain one on. I also add new content 2 or 3 times a week, so if you subscribe, you won't miss anything. And you can also go over to my blog and you'll find the new content there as well. So we'll just pop this on the card. Just to finish it off. There we are. And I think all we need to do now is just add some rhinestones to it, just to give it a little bit of sparkle. And don't forget, you can use any of the embossing folders to add texture and add this inked background too. I can never pick these up. Oops. There, I don't think it needs a lot. And I'm just going to cut out of the vellum 3 little flowers for the envelope, just to show you that not to throw your offcuts of this inked background away. So here we are, the tiniest of pieces, and I'm just going to take 3 of these flowers and run these through the die machine. There we are. So it just shows even the smallest of the offcuts can be reused. I can't get this one out. There we are. So I'm just going to use the sponge again to glue them. Whoops. And you'll find that the sponge just picks them up as well, and you can just peel them off the sponge. So it just adds that little extra detail, and I'm sure whoever receives the card and envelope, they'll love it. There we are. So there we are. I hope this has given you some inspiration and some ideas to have a go yourself. And if you go down into the description bar, there are lots of other demonstrators where you can hop across and have a look what they've made too. I'll be back in a few days with another project for you, and I will be back next month with Stamping Round UK with a team of demonstrators to bring you another project. So until then, thank you for joining me, and I shall see you very soon. Bye bye.